So the one thing I'm noticing over here in South Shore is we're getting these 3-unit buildings are getting pretty decent cash flow for the price. So they're generating good rent and South Shore, huh? Let's see if we can find any good deals on rental properties that'll help us build wealth and get richer in the South Shore neighborhood of Chicago. I've been hearing a lot lately that South Shore has some properties that not only are at good prices, but they're actually generating good rental income. If you combine that with the house hacking strategy where you move into one unit and rent out the other, the sky's the limit as far as building wealth. But I want to see this for myself, so let me go into the MLS and let's take a look at the 2 to 4 unit properties for sale in South Shore to see what deals we can find. First, let me give you a quick overview of what I'm looking for. Of course, number 1, I'm looking for the price. 2, I'm looking at the amount of rental income that this building can generate. 3, I'm looking at the condition of it. And 4th, I'm looking at how long this property has been on the market. In case you didn't know, the longer a property has been on the market, the more likely you can get a deal on it. But enough talking, time to look at some properties. All right, let's check out the South Shore neighborhood, see what 2 to 4 unit properties we can find, see if they got any good deals, and see what the prices are going for. So let's see what the average price for a 2 to 4 unit in South Shore neighborhood is. And it looks like as of June, the average price is around $320K. And also something interesting to note here, if you go back 10 years, properties in South Shore used to be worth, or the average was around $63,750. So imagine if you bought a property back in South Shore in January of 2013 and you held on to it now and it would be worth $320. Just think about the type of equity or the type of wealth you could have built just by buying that property cheap and holding on to it. Now let's go back to the MLS. Let's see what we can find. So we got 32 matches for properties for sale. And you know we have to check out the most expensive. So let's see what we got. We got a 3-unit on Ridgeland, $575,900. Landlord's Dream Brick 3-unit, all 3 bedrooms, immaculate, freshly painted. Come on now, let's look at the pictures. I don't want to waste any time. Now it does look beautiful from the outside. Yep, a beautiful looking block. Yeah, the curb appeal is wonderful on this one. Okay, everything looks freshly clean, and I gotta tell you, I'm let down. I was expecting brand new, updated, and I think this sink might be older than me. I think the sink and the countertops might be older than I am. And I'm not sure if they tried to spray paint the cabinets at the top or what's going on up here, but you know, the floor, you got the peel and stick 'em tiles. It just wasn't what I was expecting, but let's keep going. All right. Yeah, it's definitely an older condition. I don't really see anything up. Oh, we got the pink carpet. I wasn't ready. I was not ready. I was expecting gleaming hardwood floors or at least the gray laminate with the gray walls, what everybody's doing when they update an apartment now, but no, instead we get the old pink carpet. All right, we got the wood paneling. Wood burning fireplace. Okay. But that's what we're calling immaculate condition now? I mean, it was freshly painted. And that's for $575,900. Let's see what else we got. Is South Shore really getting that expensive? Is that what you get for that price? All right, so we go to the next one, 7730 Kingston. We got $475,000, incredibly maintained, rapidly growing South Shore. Each unit features 1,500 square feet. This one's 3 units. Let's see what the pictures do. Okay, looks good on the outside so far, but now I'm hesitant. Let's say, okay, this looks a little bit better. The hallway's looking good. See, that's what I was expecting right there. That's what I was expecting. Look at those floors. Look at that fireplace. This is what I'm talking about. Even the ceiling fans up there. I've never seen a ceiling fan with that many blades, actually. I'm used to seeing 5 blades. They got 6, the 8-blade ceiling fan with the recessed lighting. This is what I'm talking about right here. This is, if I pay $500,000, this is what I'm expecting. Just saying, okay, my faith in humanity has been restored right now. See this? I'm feeling this. Look at you got the nice vanity. And you got the unfinished basement. Got the separate utilities. Building's looking good. Now, I only seen the one property, or the one unit. I'm hoping the other units are in similar condition, but looks like, yeah, the other two units have tenants. That's most likely why you don't have the pictures, which is pretty common. But hopefully the units are in similar condition. So now with this, let's see how much your mortgage would be. So if we're at $475, let's go to that mortgage calculator with taxes. So we're at $475 for the price. The down payment, let's say if we're using FHA, we'll be at 3.5%. Now the interest rates, I don't think they're that bad, at least not yet. So let's see what the daily rate is, and we're at 7.06. So let's go 7.06. Everything else is, well, let's see what these property taxes are, because property taxes are important. So 4,000, so not quite that high. So 4,000 a year, and your monthly payment would be around 3,900. Now this building is already rented out, so both of the units are rented out for 1,350. So let me do the math in my head. 26, so 2,700. So that means you have to cover, so 2,700 from 3,900, so 12. Basically, if you bought this building and lived in one unit, the amount of mortgage you have to cover would be 1,200, which would be less than the rent that the other tenants are paying. That sounds like a good deal to me. Let's see what else we got. We got a 2-unit on East 75th Street. Welcome to your new home. Amazing 2-flat, renovated in 2023. Oh, let's zoom in on the pictures. Okay, we got the nice floors, got the nice walls. See that got gray tone? That's how you know it's updated, when you see that gray. Got the recessed lighting. Bathroom looking spiffy. Yep, everything looks brand new. Both units look great. Building looks good on, I mean, the porch could use a paint job, but that's just being picky at this point. So that's a pretty good building. And you've got, oh, one has 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. So I'm guessing one unit is duplex down. And of course, close to Woodlawn, where the Obama Library is being developed. If you're anywhere within 10 miles of the Obama Library, they are going to mention it in the listing description. On the other hand, though, this one might be a little bit overpriced, because it's been for sale for really over 2 years, and they relisted it 86 days ago, and it still hasn't quite moved. Maybe it's because it's the same price as that 3-unit we just saw. But this is a building, I can tell you right now, you're buying to hold on to the equity. So maybe you want to live in the 1 unit that's duplex down, so you can have 2 floors and kind of live in it like a home, where at the same time the rental income from the 2nd floor will help you out with that mortgage. Or if you're opting for more cash flow, you can rent out that 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom, and you can probably rent that out for a lot more than your average apartment. All right, let's see what we got next. Let's check out this. This is a newer looking building, built in 2008, 7652 South Colfax. Got a 3-unit, great location. Middle unit, $1,350 per month, month to month. Let's see how it looks on the inside. As we saw, just because it looks good on the outside doesn't mean it's good on the inside. Let's check this out. Okay, not bad, not bad. The cabinets they're probably original with the building. They were probably all installed in 2008. You know, they got a few minor scratches, but still functional. Okay, looks clean. I like the ceilings. Right, they need to clean the appliances a little bit. I'm not sure what's going on there, but hey, if all I have to do is, hire somebody to clean it up, especially with how tight inventory is now, I'd be willing to do that. If I can get a good price on it, that is. But overall, the building seems like it's in pretty good condition. It's in, so we got $430 for the price. The taxes are pretty much the same, and a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom that's renting out for $1,350. The other unit, the other building we saw rented out for $13.50, and it only had one bathroom. So this might be this rent might be under the average market price. So you have to keep that in mind. And it's only been for sale for 6 days, so this is a new one. Let's see how much that mortgage would be. So we were at $475 with the other building. Let's see, $430. And the taxes are pretty much the same, right, at $4,000. Yep. And actually, this one has no tax exemption either. So if you lived in one of the units, this tax amount would be even lower. So if we lower the price to $430, that means we're at $3,600 for the mortgage. Or, $3,577, but just round it up to $3,600. And if both units could get $1,350, then once again you're at $2,700. That's less than $1,000 you have to make up for the mortgage. Once again, that seems like a pretty good deal to me to get a building that was built in 2008. So the one thing I'm noticing over here in South Shore is we're getting these 3-unit buildings are getting pretty decent cash flow for the price. So they're generating good rent, and they seem to be in pretty good condition, at least from the pictures. And at that price range, you can, if you get a 3-unit at least, you're living in 1 unit for less than what the tenants are paying in mortgage. That's always a win as far as multi-unit properties go. So we've got this one's 2-unit. It's fully rented out. 1 unit's at $1,075, one's at $1,350. So this one's $325. 2-unit solid building, excellent investment, opportunity you do not want to miss, consistent cash flow. Now, this isn't one that I would go after if you were doing an FHA loan, just because you're going to have a hard time moving in there because it's fully occupied already. But just for fun, let's look at the property. Oh, okay. They posted a picture from Red. Oh, wow. I'm not sure why they look this tiny, but okay. You can still see the inside looks pretty good. Yeah, it looks pretty updated, actually. The floors look pretty good. I'm not sure if it's staged or they have really clean tenants, but either way, it's showing very well. The kitchen looks good. Yeah, this property looks good. So you're generating $1,075 and $1,350. Now, I can already guess that it most likely will not be enough to cover the mortgage, this rental income. But once again, with the 2-unit, what I would look to do from an investment standpoint is live in one and rent out the other and just build your equity over time, which we already saw how much prices can rise if you just hold on to it for a few years. So that would be my strategy with this. But just for fun, let's see what the mortgage would be. So if it's at $325 and the property taxes they were less than $4,000, they were $2,400. You're right at $2,653. And actually you will come close. So you're at about $2,400 and some change for the rental income. So it still wouldn't be enough to cover it. So once again, if you're looking for a cash flow standpoint, this probably isn't a building for you. But if you were looking to house hack, this could be a nice building for you. Another thing I'm noticing about South Shore is these taxes are very low compared to other units Another thing I'm noticing about South Shore is these taxes are very low when compared to other neighborhoods I've been looking at. So that also allows for more cash in your pocket because that's less in property taxes you have to pay. So let's check this one out. We got $300,000. This one's new on the market. Only be on the market for 2 days. Great brick 2-flat, partially finished basement, eat-in kitchen, blah, blah, blah. Let's hit these pictures. All right. Oh, we got the old school mirrored wall. I don't know what's up with that trend back in the 70s and 80s, but we got that. Anyway, we got the hardwood floors. They did something different. It looks like they went with the little light green instead of the gray. All right. I mean, building looks clean though. All right. We got the kitchen. It's clean. It has the older style, but it's clean. It's clean. It's clean. It's feasible. Nothing new, nothing to brag to your mom about. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing fancy about this one, but it's just a nice, clean building. If you want to update it, you can, and then you can get some more equity. Or if you just want to live in one and rent it out right away, you can do that as well. The building isn't in bad shape at all. It's just older condition, but it's not in shape at all. So not in bad shape at all. So I mean, $300,000. The taxes are only $1,300, and that's without an exemption. So if you actually lived in a property, your taxes would be less than $1,000. That is hard to pull off in Illinois. All right, let's do one more. We got East 73rd Street. This one's been on the market for 27 days. Grade 2 flat building for sale. Let's go this way. All right, the floor's looking good. Yeah, building looks good. Looks pretty clean, actually. All right, kitchen cabinets are actually, they look newer. That is the smallest radiator I've ever seen, but it's probably enough to heat the kitchen. And you got the boiler. Well, since they're only showing this one boiler, it looks like the heat isn't separated. So one unit probably pays the heat for both units. So that's something to keep in mind with this building. Yeah, it only has one water heater too. So the utilities are not separated, so just keep that in mind when you price out both units. But this one's for $289. Looks like both units are vacant, so it's perfect for FHA or a family building if you want to live in one and then rent the second unit out to your family. So, and then just kind of, well, keep it all in the family and just build that equity. But for the price, this is definitely something I would consider for people having problems finding a building to cash flow or a building with good cash flow. Take a look at the South Shore. All right, those were a few properties that were for sale in the South Shore neighborhood of Chicago. And honestly, I did see some properties with very good prices that were generating some good cash flow. Not only that, the property taxes seem pretty low, at least for the Chicago area. So if you combine all of that, honestly, those are some good deals. If you have any questions about buying rental property in Chicago or real estate in Chicago, period, you know who to contact.